What's good, people? It's your boy Battlerap Algorithm here to deliver some long overdue truth on the ongoing drama between URL and K-Shine. Buckle up, because this is about to clear up some misconceptions. Let's start from the top for all you young battlers who might not know the full story. K-Shine has been one of the top tiers holding down URL stages for over a decade. Dude has been bodying opponents ever since he washed Rex way back in the Lion's Den days. But recently, things have gotten shaky between Shine and the URL brass. Trouble started brewing last year when Shine was booked to battle Daylight on Summer Madness. In the lead up to the event, Daylight backed out of the battle citing personal reasons. This left URL in a tough spot trying to salvage the card last minute. Now Shine was willing and prepared to battle, but with his original opponent pulling out, it meant he no longer had a matchup. So while Shine didn't back out, URL still took a loss from all the time spent promoting Shine versus Daylight. But Shine had held up his end preparing 3 rounds for Daylight. URL wanted some form of compensation, arguing Shine owed them a replacement battle or his deposit back. This is where things got messy. Shine refused, saying the contract didn't stipulate he had to repay anything if his opponent backed out. URL claimed there was an implicit professional expectation he would do a replacement battle. An impasse was reached. Today, tensions boiled over publicly. Smack and Shine were subtweeting about the situation. Smack said Shine needed to pay back what he owed. Shine fired back that Smack should have handled this like a real N-word when it first happened. So why didn't URL book Shine on Gnome or Summer Madness last year? I'm guessing it's either because A, they wanted him to do that replacement battle, or B, they were salty and didn't want to book him out of spite. Based on everything I've seen, URL played hardball trying to punish Shine for not accommodating them after Daylight pulled out. They wanted him to crack first and do that replacement battle. But Shine wasn't bending. URL should have known that tactic would backfire. Shine has a massive fan base ready to ride for him no matter what. Every event he misses just builds more hype for his return. His stock is rising without URL. All the talk is free K-Shine, this free K-Shine, that. I get Shine's stance. He didn't back out, so why should he take a pay cut for a replacement battle? Daylight bailing wasn't his fault. At the same time, could he have helped URL out with a redo? Probably, but that's not what the contract stipulated. So, in my view, both sides have reasonable stances, but are also being stubborn. Smack and Shine's relationship goes way back, so this public rift is disappointing. A compromise seems feasible, with URL rebooking Shine for a fair rate, but pride and ego stand in the way. Instead, the stalemate continues. URL keeps dropping events without Shine, while he is talking like he will put on his own smaller battles. Smack stays subtweeting. Shine keeps demanding respect. We, the fans, just want Shine back on URL. The crazy thing is, URL and Shine need each other. URL events don't hit quite as hard without K-Shine, and Shine's stock can't keep rising without URL's platform, but both sides are too proud to mend things right now. It's a lose-lose saga. Now let's examine why URL is still playing hardball, even though the facts say otherwise. Now, to understand URL's perspective, we got to go back to when Shine first signed with them. Even though he was already popular from Lion's Den, URL helped elevate Shine's career tremendously. They marketed him heavily and made him a marquee name. URL showed major loyalty over the past decade, giving Shine big opponents, prime placements, and big paydays. Their commitment undoubtedly helped cement his top-tier status. So from their view, Shine owes his success to the URL platform. Given that history, URL feels a sense of betrayal now by Shine's perceived lack of professionalism. When Daylight pulled out last minute, they think Shine should have worked with them to find a suitable replacement battle. Even though Shine didn't technically back out, URL still took losses from having to scrap a major matchup they'd invested time and money into promoting. So while Shine held up his contractual end, URL seems to expect more from someone they view as family. URL doesn't want to set a precedent where battlers face no consequences when opponents pull out last minute. That could incentivize people to book battles they never intend on doing, just to grab deposits. URL needs leverage to hold battlers accountable. So while Shine followed the contract as written, URL wants to establish protections for themselves moving forward. If they let it go this time, it could encourage others to pull similar moves down the line. I see why URL is taking a hard stance. Now let's discuss the personal side. Smack clearly feels a sense of betrayal from Shine's perceived lack of accommodation. After all URL's done for him, Smack expected reciprocity. Shine airing grievances publicly likely added insult to injury. While Smack's frustration is understandable, letting it get too personal isn't pragmatic. A level-headed compromise would be the business-savvy play. But emotions are clouding Smack's judgment. He wants to punish Shine out of spite and principle. Smack seems convinced URL has more leverage than they truly do. In reality, Shine's stock stays rising without them. Their attempt to freeze him out is only increasing his hype. URL is playing checkers while Shine smartly plays chess. If I was advising Smack, I'd say use Summer Madness 13 to extend an olive branch. Squash any personal rifts, pay Shine fairly, and restart the relationship positively. That would serve URL better than this counterproductive stalemate. But stubborn pride has Smack digging his heels in, determined to prove URL holds the cards. He wants to hurt Shine for resisting their demands. What Smack fails to see is Shine gaining more power the longer this saga drags on. URL needs to be the bigger entity and voice reason here if they want reconciliation. Trying to strong-arm someone as bullheaded as Shine is futile. All it does is make him more defiant and his fans more eager for his return. I think that covers URL's side of the equation given the accurate sequence of events. As always, let me know where my analysis is on or off base. I'm still sorting out some of these nuances myself. In the conclusion, I'll synthesize both perspectives and give my final take on how and when this rift could realistically get resolved. Pull up for part 3 coming soon. Appreciate y'all riding with me on this in-depth blog journey. For now, I'm signing off. URL versus K-Shine. Who you riding with? Holler at your boy with those reactions. This your man Battlerap Algorithm till next time. In parts 1 and 2, we broke down both perspectives. Now for the finale, I want to bring together everything we've examined and offer some solutions. Let's quickly recap the core issues. When Dalit pulled out last minute, URL wanted reparations from Shine for losing a big matchup. Shine refused, saying the contract didn't require him to repay or do a replacement battle. Stalemate ensued. Ideally, URL would have put business before ego and booked Shine on another event with fair pay. That would have maintained their relationship while still getting commercial value from Shine. Simple, right? But pride and poor communication prevailed. URL tried using Shine's contract as leverage to force compliance. That backfired, instead emboldening Shine's defiance. Now both sides feel justified resenting the other. The complexities arise when you factor in their personal history. Shine feels he owes URL nothing beyond contractual obligations, given all he's done for their brand. URL feels betrayed by Shine's perceived lack of accommodation. Squashing these hurt feelings requires maturity and professionalism from both parties. They must acknowledge their lingering resentments, then consciously set them aside to find pragmatic solutions. Easier said than done. Put simply, URL needs to stop letting emotions cloud their business judgment. Attempting to freezing out Shine is counterproductive and short-sighted. They overestimated their leverage, underestimated his willpower. For his part, Shine needs to be the bigger person and extend an olive branch. Mend fences with Smack and Beasley, put aside petty grievances, and propose resolutions that work for both sides. Don't let ego obstruct progress. Ideally, URL books Shine on a Summer Madness card, pays him fairly, and publicly squashes beef. Shine reciprocates professionally and delivers a classic performance. Rinse and repeat. Both sides win. But again, that requires ego surrendering to reason. So far, neither party appears willing. But here's why I think URL will eventually have to blink first. Time is on Shine's side. The longer this drags on, the more power he accumulates as demand for his return intensifies. His stock rises with each event URL does, lacking his presence. URL has more to lose reputation-wise by prolonging this stalemate. Taking the principled but pragmatic high road here would earn URL goodwill from fans and media. The ball is in URL's court to be proactive and creative about resolving this amicably. But if they stay fixated on breaking Shine's will, they'll only strengthen his resolve. You can't conquer someone so stubborn through brute force. That's my take as someone trying to see all sides clearly. I know the complexities make simple solutions unlikely, but my hope is this saga concludes with reason defeating pride. My guy Shine deserves to be back on that URL stage ASAP. I'm curious to hear what compromises and reconciliations y'all envision being possible. Hit me in them comments. Help your boy brainstorm proactively, not just gossip reactively. There's always a solution if we think creatively. For now, though, looks like URL and Shine remain at a standstill. URL trying to ice him out indefinitely. Shine calling their bluff flawlessly. This looks to be one of those unstoppable force versus immovable object type deals. We'll see who blinks first. That concludes this trilogy analysis of URL versus Shine's rift. Let me know if these What You Mean blogs should become a regular series tackling different issues in battle rap culture. I'm always down to speak truth to the culture. Till next time, this your man Uncle Shine signing off. URL, Shine. Y'all got my number. Holler if you want help resolving this civilly. My consultation fees are reasonable. Ha, I'm playing. Or am I? Hit your boy up.